It is very difficult to say exactly how the entire world would be able to work without Google, which is the most frequently visited website in the world. Google is a huge company which employs more than 30,000 people. There are a wide range of applications offered by Google and many of them are completely free. Users have the flexibility of using email or Gmail and Google Docs for the purpose of sharing different types of documents. Google offers Maps for the purpose of navigation, calendar for organizing different activities during the week. Apart from this, Google offers Analytics for the purpose of tracking statistics about a website and Blogger for setting up an attractive blog for professional as well as personal purposes. Lineup of services offered by Google also includes Google Patents, Scholar, Finance, Groups and Google Plus for social networking. You also get the image search option which enables you to get hold of the best images that you would like to use. Not to mention, Google search engine which has completely revolutionized the whole procedure of getting useful information on the internet. There are a lot of things offered by Google for accomplishing a number of tasks without putting in much effort and also without spending much money. If there was no Google then to find everything on search engine, people would need to talk to each other more. Forums will start to be bombarded with small queries. People would often meet up in big groups to discuss things as there was no Google to tell them stuff. Instead of Googling everything whenever they wanted, people would try and remember more stuff. As is the case with phone book in mobiles, we no longer remember phone numbers of our family or friends. Same is with Google. We don't even make an effort to remember stuff because we know we can Google at any time we want. Search will disappear from internet, though Google isn't the only search engine out there, but it is certainly the most prevalent. We don't say, search it, we say, Google it, and that tells you everything. After the initial shock has subsided and we don't have any more Chrome shortcuts on our desktops to click on, we'll discover there are other search engines too. Yahoo, Bing, Baidu, Ask. They were there all this time. As per the latest statistics, Google owns 64.4% of the market share in the US, Bing 19.8%, Yahoo 12.8%, Ask 1.8%, and AOL 1.1%. We will flock to other search engines. We will continue to find nice places nearby to eat and new movies to check out, though we wouldn't know how reliable the search results would be. We will likely see a marked rise in spammy results though, a return to pre-Google days. Google has been very strict with websites that have tried to trick its search function in order to rise to the top. Would the other search engines be as effective? We will see the biggest data loss in history. Companies and individuals have saved a ton of data to Google's cloud services, from Google Docs, to Google Drive, to Photos and Picasa. All those virtual machines on Compute Engine vanished. We are looking at losses running into billions of dollars if these services cease to exist. Companies that rely heavily on Google tools might even go out of business. Social media marketing will become even more important. Facebook and Twitter might become more prominent places for businesses to get noticed. They are already important but will become even more so when there's no Google for businesses to display local information on. All social networks will see increased marketing activity. A good presence on social media boosts your search results. Regardless of which search engine businesses choose to rank high on, their robust social media presence will prove to be of great help in general. Do not be afraid YouTube will survive. This is wishful thinking on our part. YouTube is too popular to not exist. It's not just popular, it tugs at the heartstrings of hundreds of millions of internet users worldwide. It's a straightforward concept, uploading videos to a platform and sharing them with friends. It was doing extremely well even before Google bought it, so it owes its success to its fans and not necessarily Google. We are very confident it will survive and continue to flourish. The fans won't let YouTube die. A new search leader will emerge. We can expect the competition to intensify. New players will enter the arena, which will be good news for smaller businesses. From within this churning, eventually a new search leader will emerge. If Google goes out of business, its employees will look for work elsewhere, and some corporate or the other will buy out their secrets and/or prop up a search engine to exploit Google's erstwhile intellectual property for all it's worth. Either that, or bright minds working at other search companies will come up with their own algorithms to give us something similar to what we have been used to with Google. They might even give us something better. This, however, will take a long time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was Google. But we are pretty confident something good will come out of this. Android will go under or be bought out. Yes, the latter is a more probable scenario. It's unlikely that big smartphone makers, Samsung and co., would let Android go under along with Google. There's just so much riding on Android for the mobile device business that its demise may never come to pass. As of now, Android holds 82.8% of the smartphone's global market share, as opposed to 13.9% of the market held by iOS. Our guess is a wealthy, business-savvy individual will buy it out. But even if no one buys it out, and it is allowed to die, phone makers will boost efforts to create their own mobile software. Samsung will push Tizen aggressively, Nokia will jump into the fray, and Microsoft will finally have hope for Windows smartphones. BlackBerry OS may come back from the dead. My phone would stop working though, and so would that of hundreds of millions of Android users worldwide. We'd have to fish out our old thick as a brick Nokia phones or buy new cheap Windows phones for temporary relief. Companies will close their Android app development divisions or put new projects on hold indefinitely. The app developers may have to look elsewhere to make a living. Apple, however, will have a field day, at least in the immediate aftermath of the collapse of the Google empire. If people are in the market for a new phone, the iPhone would very likely be their first choice. Who wants to bet on an uncertain future, after all? However, this might mean that we could be looking at the monopoly of another OS in the market, which is unfortunate.